This is ABC 15 News Taking Action.
A dangerous night on the roads, sending 6 people to the hospital, 3 of them kids. How police say they're doing this morning.
Looking back at a tragedy 1 year later, the emergency changes that have been made since those deadly floodings in Payson.
And a viral trend now hitting our nation's capital. How a congresswoman is using rapper Drake to get people to vote.
Oh boy, if I see one more In My Feelings challenge on my feed, I'm going to, I don't know, explode. But we are happy you're waking up with us. We want to say good morning. It is Sunday now. I'm Allison Rodriguez.
And I'm Nohelani Graf. The weekend is winding down, but you still have a full day ahead. And you're saying cooler temperatures could help people capitalize a little bit on getting out.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? And if you do like that cloudy weather sticking around, well, today is the day for you. Take a live look outside right now with ABC 15 Desert Doppler, and you'll notice we're waking up with some activity. I come in here on the valley and we don't see a whole lot. So the good news is the valley is waking up relatively quiet, a little bit of activity out to the east, but most of what we're seeing is down to the southwest through the 10 all the way in through Tucson, seeing some heavier pockets of rainfall and some lightning strikes as well. So just a heads up, if you're waking up with us and joining us from these areas, or maybe you're traveling through here in the next half hour to hour or so. We'll see these things change very rapidly, so we'll keep an eye on it. In the meantime, here's a breakdown of what you can expect for the rest of your Sunday. By 10 a.m., low 90s. We climb through the afternoon. It'll be hot and muggy out there with a lot of cloud coverage here and possible rain as we go in through the afternoon. I'll let you see exactly where we're expecting to top out coming up in just a few minutes.
Happening right now, Phoenix police need your help finding a teenage girl. We're talking about 17-year-old Rosa Garcia Acosta, last seen at her home near 75th Avenue in Camelback. Police say she has been kidnapped by the man in this picture. He is 24-year-old Luis Morales. They are worried that Morales may be trying to take Garcia to Mexico. We're told they were seen leaving in a gray-colored SUV. If you know anything about the couple's whereabouts, you are asked to call Phoenix PD immediately.
A Central Phoenix man has been arrested following a family fight that spiraled into a police standoff. This happening near 23rd Avenue and Durango. Phoenix police officers telling us they found a woman with cuts, while neighbors say the man was wielding a sword. Officers saying when that man refused, SWAT teams had to go in and remove him.
Happened my cousin okay. He's alive, he's walking. Police seemed like they did a very professional job. I appreciate that.
A police spokesman says nobody was seriously hurt. It's unclear, though, what charges that man may face. Now to another update on a deadly shooting out in Glendale. Police have now captured a man, Rodolfo Cardenas, who ran away to Texas. Police saying 2 men were shot near 67th Avenue and Bethany Home Road last Sunday. Both were taken to the hospital and one of those victims died. Detectives believe the murder was connected to retaliation for a burglary.
A tragedy remembered 1 year later. It's one of the worst flooding disasters Arizona has ever seen, leaving 10 people dead near Payson after flash floods swept them away. Who could forget these incredible images? That water was just blasting right through Cold Springs swimming hole. But now, a year later, many are asking what can be done to make sure this never happens again. ABC 15's Jamie Warren taking action this morning to get us those answers.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will ever forget that day or that incredible video showing that water just blasting through that swimming hole. And then the news that 10 family members were swept away, drowning in that water, all while celebrating a birthday. Some of the victims were toddlers, just 2 and 3 years old. Absolutely devastating and inciting anger in many. And because that spot is such a popular hangout up north, and forecasters did issue a flash flood warning 90 minutes before that family drowned. But most there did not have cell phone reception, and there was no alarm system warning them to get out. 1 year later, the Gila County Sheriff's Office says it will now order an emergency evacuation if another flash flood warning is issued.
As a patrol supervisor, anybody of any supervisory capacity would probably direct their people to get out here and let's see who we've got out here. You know, if it's a crowd, we have PA systems on our truck. We could certainly utilize that to warn people.
Here in Phoenix, we're not likely to see a lot of people gathering at canals like these, but we are seeing some flooding issues for residents throughout the valley. Who's aware and if anything's being done about it in the next half hour? Reporting in Phoenix, Jamie Warren, ABC 15, Arizona.
And this summer, you can expect fewer false warnings about dangerous dust storms. Cell phone dust warnings used to go out to an entire county, regardless of how big that dust wall was or where it was heading. That's why the National Weather Service made a change, creating a polygon warning system.
This can be life-saving. We've already had, just in the last few days, we've already had situations where the interstate's been shut down. In some cases, you might not get a lot of notice on this. So if you get that warning, we want people to take it seriously.
The new system is a partnership with cell phone companies to send emergency messages through selected cell phone towers in the direct path of the storm. In national news now, the first wife of legendary singer Frank Sinatra has died. Nancy Sinatra Sr. passed away Friday night in California. The two married in 1939. They had 3 children before divorcing in 1951. Her daughter says she devoted much of her life post-marriage to charity and family. Nancy Sinatra was 101 years old. If you thought you could get away with going over the speed limit in Arizona, think again. A new survey says we are one of the strictest states when it comes to speeding enforcement. Wallet Hub found Arizona to be tied with New Mexico for 3rd. Delaware was the most strict, Colorado right behind them. Texas was found to be the most lenient in the country.
A head, R tail. Okay. This is tail, right? Yeah, so really. 23. Michael Jordan? Hi.
2 police officers in big trouble now for using a coin flip app to decide whether or not to arrest a woman for speeding. 23, Michael Jordan's jersey number, is cop speak for an arrest. So the woman was sent to jail. The police chief saying he's appalled at what his officers did. They are now on administrative leave as the department investigates, and the charges against that speeding driver, by the way, they were dropped. Educating Arizona now, we know most kids don't head back to school for at least a couple more weeks, and that's why it is so important to keep fighting summer brain drain. The National Summer Learning Association says on average, kids lose about 2 months of learning each summer, even more for students in lower income communities. The impact only gets worse too as the years goes on.
Summer after summer after summer really creates this massive drag. It contributes to the achievement gap that we see at the end of high school.
Well, he also told me, or told us, I should say, you don't have to create summer school at home. Just don't walk away from learning altogether. Go to the library. Try and make it a little bit more fun. Things like reading every day, or maybe incorporating some math into household chores. Those can go a long way to keep kids engaged.
We wear things like helmets to protect our heads, but how about putting one on to detect things like dementia? That is the goal for one company using this special helmet right here. They've named it Wavy, and it's to give an update on people's brain health. All participants have to do is listen to various tones where a machine will monitor your speed, power, balance, cognition. Developers say it's going to help professionals treat dementia as well as Alzheimer's earlier. The company does hope the machine will overall encourage people to live a healthy, mindful lifestyle.
Well, for teens and early adults, the most common injury is a sprain, but for middle-aged people, the top injury may actually surprise you. According to healthcare provider Mercy Health, a meniscus tear in your knee is the #1 injury for people between 45 and 54 years old. For ages 55 to 64, meniscus and back problems are the most common, and shoulder issues are the tops for patients 65 to 74. Now, the 2 keys to injury prevention here: warming up before any activity and keeping your weight down.
You know, it is a little bit tougher during this time of year to get your exercise plan in gear, because for the most part, you got to do it inside. Outside, while you can be out there, it's really hard to breathe now because of the humidity. First it was so hot, now it's just, heavy.
Yeah, well, for sure. When we complain that it's hot, it's because it's a dry heat, right? But those temperatures kind of soar. Our temperatures aren't that bad, but you combine that with the moisture and it is just not good. You're already sweating before you've even really started the activity. So let's go ahead and show you what you can expect for today. We'll top out at 102 right here in Phoenix and across the valley, very close to this here with a 20% storm chance. But that is going to go up as we go on in through the rest of your Sunday. We're going to track that key timing together with Futurecast coming up in just a few minutes.
A comeback story for Serena Williams competing in Wimbledon after just 10 months after childbirth, but it wasn't enough to take the title. Getting the deals on Amazon, the products you should keep an eye out for tomorrow during Prime Day.
ABC 15 Sports, sponsored by Sanderson Ford.
Good morning, guys. Remember when the Diamondbacks lost 19 games in the month of May? Neither do I, because they just tied a team record for most wins before the All-Star break. Crazy, right? 53 wins. The only other team to do that, you guessed it, last year's team. D-backs looking for a second straight win at Atlanta, and it always helps when Zach Greinke is feeling it. Great outing for Greinke, even by his standards. 7 2/3 innings of shutout baseball, only allowed 4 hits on the day, and he managed to rack up 7 strikeouts. As for the offensive side of things, Ketel Marte blasts his 9th homer of the season. A solid team effort all around as the D-backs win it 3-0, and that means they have a chance to break their first half record with the 54th win today.
We have one more game here before the All-Star break, and I've asked these guys openly to make sure that they're coming out and playing good baseball going into the break, and coming out of the break. That's very important to us. So I'm proud of them, and they're executing and doing a good job. We're playing good baseball, and that's the bottom line.
You heard him. Today marks the final game before the All-Star break. Series finale with the Braves gets underway later this morning. Well, an incredible comeback story for Serena Williams this year at Wimbledon, but it really could have had a better ending. Just 10 months after a difficult childbirth, Serena was that close to winning her 24th Grand Slam title. Quite the scene at the All England Club, Duchess of Sussex in attendance, the actress formerly known as Meghan Markle. She watched as her good friend Serena just didn't have her best stuff. It's not the way we saw this one playing out on center court. Serena loses in straight sets to Germany's Angelique Kerber.
Yeah, it was such an amazing tournament for me. I was really happy to get the spot. honestly disappointing, but I can't be disappointed. You know, I have so much to look forward to. You know, I'm literally just getting started, so I look forward to it.
Incredible story nonetheless. On the men's side, it was a matchup that looked more like a final than a semifinal. Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal, two of the top players in the world, two of the top players to ever pick up a tennis racket. It's been a rivalry that's been going on for years. They faced each other 52 times. And this was another one for the books. It goes all 5 sets as the Joker finally outlasts Nadal, but wins against Rafa never come easy.
It's probably the greatest fighter ever to play this game. I mean, he battles every single point like it's his last, and that's something that is so impressive with Rafa, and that's what, you know, makes him so difficult to beat on any surface.
So with Nadal out, Djokovic will face the South African Kevin Anderson later today in the Wimbledon final. Let's look at your morning sports.
Well, trending now, 2 Taylor Swift fans have a lot to celebrate after this happened at a recent meet and greet. Look at that. They got engaged right in front of the superstar.
Her face says it all.
Yes.
This started after Swift complimented the two, jokingly saying that they should get married. Well, then that's when that guy actually got down on one knee and proposed. The two actually met at a Taylor Swift concert back in 2013, and so they wanted to thank the singer, or at least he did, with this moment. Her post, though, was funny because she was #3rd wheel.
Hey, that's not a bad third wheel to be with that one.
all.
So much love in that picture. We love it.
So cool.
You can have it. No, it was for use. I was told you couldn't accept gifts though. Oh my goodness.
Well, a precious moment between a fan and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the two accepting a hand-drawn portrait of their engagement photo while they visited a college in the UK. A pretty good one, too. Chloe Mullins, a 19-year-old Irish student, finished the drawing before the royal wedding in May. Guards told her they couldn't accept the gift, but once the royal couple saw it, they obviously changed their minds. It is a really good one. Pretty close, too.
The detail around his eyes. Wow.
Oh my God, and his beard. Nice.
Love me. Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me.
All right, you have probably heard the song and seen the challenge on your social feeds. This is one way, though, to get the millennial vote. Democratic Representative Joyce Beatty taking part in the In My Feelings challenge. That's what it's called. It was started by Drake's famous song that's playing in the background there. But the rap writing in her post, I don't know who Kiki is, but I want her to vote next November. The Congresswoman encouraged people to share the video and do their own challenge, and then hashtag the video with Kiki must vote.
Okay.
So I like that if you're going to take the trend
Yes.
that's, like you said, been everywhere, but here's a pretty solid message.
Yes.
However you vote, just make sure you do.
Yeah, very true. I like that. And it's one way you got to reach out, right? We always talk about how these days we have younger girls in our lives, my niece and your soon-to-be stepdaughter. And it's like, that's the only way you can get a hold of them.
You could be in the same room and the only response you'll get is if you DM on Snapchat or Insta. That's the truth of it.
So true. I know a lot of parents are like, oh, isn't that the truth, right? All right, let's talk about that most accurate forecast for today. Man, truth bombs all over the place today. We're giving you a live look outside at ABC 15 Desert Doppler, and you'll notice the valley pretty quiet this morning, but if you look out to the east, you'll probably notice some of those darker clouds, and this is drying up a little bit. You'll notice a little bit thicker with heavier pockets of rainfall a little bit ago, about an hour ago, but at this point, lighter, just moderate rainfall here. Where we're seeing the most activity is still down to the southeast of us. Take a look at all of this happening here down the 10. If you travel there, take the 10 down east through Tucson and some of these parts through Marana. Yeah, we are starting to see some of those lightning strikes, heavy pockets of rainfall, but I think that's going to die down in the next hour or so as well. I'll still keep an eye on it for you, though. Those valley temperatures right now sitting in the upper 80s for most of us, a few spots in the mid 80s like Mesa as well as Scottsdale, and then we're down into the 70s in Anthem and out to Wickenburg. Now let's take a broader look across the state. Those temps sitting in the 60s. If we look up to the north, Payson, Sedona, and Prescott too. Some of the coolest spots, though, definitely Flagstaff through the Grand Canyon and out at Window Rock, too. We're already up into the 60s in Heber and Shola, whereas just a half an hour ago, those spots were in the upper 50s. Today in the valley, though, we'll be climbing to 102 in Phoenix. That 20% storm chance sticking around as we have a lot of moisture still in the air, but the winds won't be too bad. Here's a look at Futurecast with that key timing. And as we go ahead and press play on this one, take it into the afternoon, right around 2:30, we get that daytime heating and you start to notice those storms develop, at least with this model, in the higher elevated areas. Now those will start to try and push through the valley here, so our rain chances will increase as we go through that 6 to 8 o'clock hour. Now overnight and in through tomorrow morning, as you're waking up with us, things a little bit more calm. We need that daytime heating for things to really start to happen here, and we'll get that as we go through tomorrow evening as well. So that'll be the pattern. I think better rain chances will come into play as we go through the evening hours, because at night and overnight, things, at least with these models, look to be pretty dry here. So make sure you're keeping an eye on us and track with us here on ABC 15, that free mobile app, because of course we send all of those latest updates straight to your phone. Your valley rain chances for the next 7 days look like this here. 20% at least through Wednesday. Then we start a drier pattern Thursday and in through your weekend. As a matter of fact, by next Saturday, we're removing rain chances completely. So we'll enjoy that while we can. In the meantime, for today, enjoy the not as hot as yesterday weather, just about by 1 or 2 degrees here. I dropped everything. 84 in Payson for us. We'll top out at 89 in Sedona, 93 in Kingman. Looking to still be pretty hot, though, in those northwestern cities like Bullhead City, Lake Havasu City, and Quartzsite, with Yuma, I think, being the hottest spot today at 107, 108 there, some of the predictions. So for us here in the valley, our highs today topping out well below normal, which is 106. We'll hit 101 in Tempe, as well as Apache Junction, down through Chandler, as well in Ahwatukee, 103 in Levine and Goodyear, 102 in Peoria today, with 103 in Surprise. Here's a look at how we're going to get there, that hour by hour climb through 9 o'clock, low 90s there. And by lunchtime, we're climbing into close to triple digits. We'll sit there for a few hours and then back into the 90s throughout most of your evening today. We're not going to get too cool either. You'll notice a lot of the clouds are going to keep our overnight lows relatively mild into the mid 80s there for the next couple of days. Now, as we start to dry off, the temperatures, you'll notice, will start to go up. As we remove those rain chances, temperatures climb to a scorching 110 degrees.
Add to cart and bring in savings. How to make the most of Amazon Prime Day tomorrow.
Okay. Got it. We're ready. We're just going to do a live shot, or a live hit right now. Got it.
Hello, hello. All right, 15, got it.
We want to get to some breaking news right now. We are following a crash involving a Valley Metro bus and a car. This is on 16th Street and Roosevelt. You see police are on scene there. So far, they tell us no one was hurt, but as our camera zooms in, just take a look at that position of that bus up on the curb there, taking out a lamp post, it seems, the signage for 16th Street laying down across part of that bus, the bus slightly tilted to its side and then leaning against the car that's next to it. So again, though, police say no injuries. Our ABC 15's Jamie Warren is out there right now continuing to collect information, and she will bring us a live report with more details and another look at these images coming up in just a few minutes in our newscast.
All right, Amazon Prime Day starts tomorrow at noon. You get 36 hours to score more than 1 million deals on Amazon.
Some people feel like it didn't live up to the hype last year. So our smart shopper, Chelsea Davis, actually met with an Amazon expert to break down what you should expect this time around.
Aside from gaining 6 more shopping hours than 2017, what's new for Prime Day 2018?
New for this year, we have Prime Day launches, and these are new and special edition products that are available just for Prime members exclusively for a limited time.
Bookmark Amazon.com/Prime Day as your resource. Not only will it guide you, but you'll also get a sneak peek of deals to come.
If you see an upcoming lightning deal you are interested in, you can click Watch This Deal, and your Amazon app will notify you when that deal goes live.
You can also sort through 40 of the top categories, and you can shop small.
You can filter by state, so you can shop local, support small business while you're shopping on Prime Day.
Items in your wish list will update for Prime Day, so you'll know whether to buy now or wait for bigger savings.
When you look at those products in your wish list, you're going to see a little banner that says Prime Day deal.
So what else?
We're really lucky in the Valley. We have both the Treasure Truck and Prime Now delivery, which is 1 and 2 hour delivery for our Prime members, depending on where you live in the Valley. And so there's going to be some great Prime Day deals.
So Prime Day launches exclusive deals for Prime members, and last year the top sellers were the DNA kit, 23andMe, and also the Instapot.
Yes, that I remember that going everywhere. Everyone saying you have to have this thing, but this year they have double the deals on Amazon devices, so we'll see what the hot items are.
Exactly. In the meantime, maybe you want to add a few extra things to your things, like, you know, this, I don't know.
Yeah, your gumball machine. It's not your normal one, the newest addition in the Valley, giving you a random but permanent tattoo.
From a car chase to a house fire, the bizarre chain reaction that puts several people in danger.
The monsoon is here to stay, and flooding could get even worse if something isn't done. What one Valley neighborhood is doing to stop canals from overflowing.
Recovering one day at a time, the 12 students from Thailand who were stuck in a cave for 2 weeks now thanking their rescuers while also mourning the loss of another.
We say good morning to all of you. It is 6:30 now on a Sunday. I'm Allison Rodriguez.
And I'm Nohelani Graff. Thanks so much for waking up with us. And this morning, we're certainly still waking up to a lot of those clouds sticking around.
Yeah, and it kind of feels nice, just a little bit different than what we're used to, because I love the sun the other 364 days of the year. But this is one of those mornings where, yes, it is a little bit more cloudy. A live look at our South Mountain camera will show you we are not liars, I promise you. And there's the look for you this morning. As a matter of fact, take a look at clouds and radar. This is showing what has happened in the last 12 hours. A few sprinkles for some spots in the valley, but this morning things are drying off for sure. Although I am tracking some activity in other parts of the state, so I'll show you that a little bit later on. In the meantime, a look at that East Valley forecast. If you're going to be through these areas this afternoon, just know things are still going to be toasty. If you're going to be in the West Valley, I'm going to show you those daytime highs today and what you can expect coming up in just a few minutes.
To breaking news now, we are following a crash involving a Valley Metro bus on 16th Street and Roosevelt this morning. Officers at the scene are telling us no one was hurt. ABC 15's Jamie Warren is there live right now, though. Jamie, set the scene for us. What do you see?
Well, yeah, guys, we're still trying to figure out what exactly caused this crash, but take a look at what's going on behind me. So we have that Valley Metro bus. It's up on a curb. The front windshield is completely gone. And then we have that car right beside that bus. Also, windshield shattered, a lot of front end damage. And then the bus, when it jumped up on the curb, seems to have taken out the stoplight of 16th Street. So there's crime scene tape up now, and police have the intersection of 16th Street and Roosevelt blocked off. So right now, if you're coming down Roosevelt in both directions, you're not going to be able to go through at 16th Street. Good news is police on scene tell me that everyone is okay. But like we said, we're still trying to figure out what caused this crash, but that is quite a sight to see this Valley Metro bus with that car and to see that entire stoplight knocked over. We're, of course, still working to gather more information for you, and, of course, we'll update you on air and online at abc15.com as soon as we do. Back to you.
All right, Jamie, thank you so much. Certainly not something we're used to seeing in that area. Well, the monsoon continues to hit Arizona, and one Valley neighborhood says they've been looking for a fix to their flooding problem. Canals overflowing near 24th Street and Thomas, and residents tell us this has been going on now for years. They've complained to the city and SRP as well, even holding community meetings about it with both sides, but they say not a lot is getting done.
There's no silver bullet to this problem, but I think in combination of SRP and the city of Phoenix working together, I think it's a pretty simple thing to make the culverts bigger or find a new drainage plan so the canal can take more water for these types of situations.
SRP saying they're only responsible for the canals, and the city of Phoenix says they need to study the flooding in the area before they can really do anything.
You know, we've seen a lot of storms this week, and we're not done yet. So as part of our new Operation Safe Roads campaign, we want to remind everyone about the very real and dangerous monsoon conditions that can take you by surprise when you're behind the wheel. The most important message of all, do not drive through flooding.
We see it every year on the news, people being rescued from water, driving into flooded ways. And so avoid that if all possible. Wait it out. It might take some extra time, but it's going to keep you safe and save you money in the long run. Because once you have a flooded engine, I mean, you're going to basically need a new car after that.
The monsoon rains often come on fast, and our dry desert soil just can't take it all in, which is why it often causes flash flooding. And also, we want to hear from you. Give us your ideas on how else to make our roads safer. The contact information is on your screen right now.
Developing now, new video of a pretty crazy scene here playing out in one Phoenix neighborhood. Police saying they tried to pull over a suspected stolen vehicle, but the driver was not having it and tried to take off, eventually crashing with another car near 25th Avenue and Mojave Street. Phoenix police saying one of those cars caught fire, which then spread to a home. Talk about a chain of events here. Thankfully, everyone did make it out safely, and police did end up arresting the driver and 2 passengers. A police officer sent to the hospital after a suspected impaired driver crashed into his unmarked car. All of this went down along Greenfield, just south of Pecos Road. Investigators saying Jason Hall tried to run from a traffic stop. That's when he hit the unmarked police car. The officer taken to the hospital with a hand injury, but he has since been released.
Just a reminder about that traffic alert that continues until tomorrow morning for the US 60 I-10 interchange. That is a hot spot for crashes, especially during rush hour. So the US 60 westbound through Tempe will remain closed from rural all the way to the 10. You're still going to be able to get onto the 101. Lanes are expected to reopen tomorrow at 5 in the morning. Police on the hunt after a student was sexually assaulted on ASU's Tempe campus near Hayden Hall, right next to Gamage. We brought you this story on ABC 15 yesterday morning as breaking news. Officers say the victim met the guy on a dating app. They do have a description of the suspect, but not much else to go on. So if you have any information that could possibly help, you are asked to contact ASU police.
The 12 kids who were rescued in caves in Thailand now thanking the people who helped bring them to safety. But as Kim Hutcherson explains, as those boys thank rescuers for their lives, a community is still remembering the diver who lost his.
Hello, I'm Adun. Now I'm very fine. I'm very thank you so helpful. Thank you so much.
After a grueling 18 days stranded deep inside a flooded cave in Thailand, 12 boys and their soccer coach are recovering in the hospital. The coach and some members of the team recorded video messages thanking their rescuers.
ก็ขอขอบคุณทุกคนที่เป็นกำลังใจให้ผมครับแล้วก็ขอบคุณคนทั่วโลกที่มาช่วยผมด้วยครับ
Divers and cave experts from around the world descended on Thailand to offer their help. Rescue crews faced life-threatening challenges to get the soccer team out. Dangerous terrain while heavy rains threatened their efforts. But the mission proved successful. The soccer team was extracted after nearly 3 weeks inside the cave.
ก่อนอื่นก็ขอบคุณพี่ๆน้องๆทุกท่านนะครับแล้วก็ขอบคุณทุกกระทรวงที่คอยช่วยเหลือตลอดนะครับแล้วก็ขอบคุณท่านนายกรัฐมนตรีนะครับแล้วก็พี่ๆหน่วยซิลทุกคนนะครับก็ต้องขอบคุณมากๆครับและพี่ๆหมอทุกคนด้วยครับ
As recovery continues for the team and their coach, a funeral with full honors was held to remember the former Thai Navy SEAL who died during the rescue efforts. Hundreds of people gathered at a custom-built crematorium on Saturday to pay their respects, laying flowers and photographs to celebrate the hero's sacrifice. I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
I mean, still just one of the most unbelievable stories. An unusual game of chance. Would you ever use a vending machine that picks your next tattoo? I don't know about this one, but here's how it works. You pay $80 and you take a spin, and what comes out is literally what you get. For $20 more, you can spin again and then pick between the 2 designs. The owners at Ink Bomb Tattoo, and this is local, this is off Alma School and Ray Road, tells us they have done over 100 of these since they started this in May.
We get a chance to tattoo stuff we want to do, fun stuff for us, it's fun for the customers, takes a lot of pressure off of it, it's just turned out really good.
This is like one of those April Fool's promotions that just lasted forever, it feels like. Every design is only done once, and really, if you know tattoos, $80 is a steal, considering that those designs are actually valued at up to $200. I feel like this is also something that if you have a lot of tattoos already, maybe you're more willing, because you're like, sure, we'll just slide in a cartoon character, why not? Otherwise, that's gutsy.
Right, very true. I think I saw like a Christopher Walken, was it? Or something like that. I don't think you want that as your first tattoo, but hey,
that's hysterical.
I know. Let's talk about that most accurate forecast here. You know, the last couple of days, I know you mentioned that you were able to get in the pool. Maybe not so much yesterday. I'm not sure. Did you make it in there?
Well, I didn't because
It's
I was
still
more
hot.
sleepy, but
Okay.
I more enjoy just watching the clouds.
Yeah, I mean, it's still toasty out there, and the clouds are making for a nice change of scenery for us. There's that East Valley forecast, but I did promise you the West Valley, so take a look. Glendale, Goodyear, Deer Valley, all hovering just about 100 degrees or maybe a couple degrees above that. It's going to be another toasty day out there. However, I am tracking some sizzling hot temperatures that are going to be making their way back here to the valley, so I'll show you when to expect that coming up in the full forecast.
Did you get your letter to Hogwarts yet? If not, that's okay. The Arizona Science Center has you covered. We're going to have a sneak peek at their upcoming Harry Potter themed party. We're so excited about this one. Also, beat the heat with some sweet deals where you can get your money's worth in honor of National Ice Cream Day.
Two new crime alerts to tell you about this morning, and police are asking for your help to crack the case. First, in Phoenix, officers looking for a guy they say robbed several convenience stores this month, armed with a knife. During one of those crimes, he even crawls over the counter to grab the cash from the register. He did get away in a white Chevy Malibu with black rims. Police also searching for a suspect who shot and killed a man in Phoenix last October. This happened near 24th Street and Indian School. Investigators saying this man here, 48-year-old David Sederberg, got into an argument with another man. During that fight, though, the other man shot and killed Sederberg. If you know anything about either of these crimes, you're asked to call Silent Witness. You can remain anonymous. The number is 480-WITNESS.
This one is for all the viewers out there who love a sweet treat, and they like this one in particular a whole lot. Let's talk chocolate, and let's talk specifically Godiva. Did you know that they have a rewards program? You register online for free, and then you score a free chocolate every month, along with some other perks. To be considered a member, you do have to spend at least $10 in Godiva boutiques or online during the course of a year. You're also going to be eligible to get your first free chocolate piece of the month following your initial enrollment. So get on it. In the meantime, You're going to want to swing by the location in Chandler this weekend because Godiva is offering buy one soft serve, get the other 50% off. Yummers. From the classic Godiva vanilla to the all-new dark decadence waffle cone, you can enjoy the iconic flavors in a chilly new way. Buy one, get one 50% off. If you wanted even more cold sweets, you can give yourself a cheat day because today is actually National Ice Cream Day. So you have to do it, right? Dippin' Dots is offering a free mini cup of Dippin' Dots. The times vary by location, so you're going to want to call ahead first just to be sure. You can download the Baskin-Robbins app to get BOGO cones, BOGO 99-cent sundaes, and also $2 off of a medium milkshake. You can also sign up for Cold Stone Creamery's Rewards app and get a buy one, get one free creation. Yogurtland also has a buy one, get one free deal. That is happening from 1 until 6 today. Now, you don't need a membership to get into Sam's Club for free ice cream. They're actually offering free samples of their new icy float at all of their locations today and tomorrow from 11 to 6. The Sam's Club Cafe is open to everyone all the time.
Okay, I feel like I'm downloading the Cold Stone app right now. I'm
Cold
already
Stone,
a Godiva.
Baskin-Robbins.
Yes, Dippin' Dots, you name it, Yogurtland, I'm getting all of them, and I'm already a Godiva member. That shows you I have a problem.
Oh, well, see, now you're covered for all meals of the day. Why not? Make it ice cream all the time.
Yes.
Did you get a brain freeze and miss some of those deals? Because there were a lot that she just listed off too. Well, not to worry. We've got them all listed at abc15.com/smartshopper. And definitely, even though the clouds are sticking around, ice cream is still in order, I'd say.
It's still hot in the afternoon for sure, especially because we have so much moisture in the air. So it feels muggy out there. You're kind of damp as you step outside. So we're going to continue to see some of those triple-digit temperatures across the valley today. But I'm going to tell you guys, it is going to get scorching hot in your 7-day forecast. So I'll show you that in a second. But stick with me here as we look at Desert Doppler right now. I want to move this, take a broader look to show you where we've got a lot of activity happening just south and southeast of us here. Specifically, take a look here down the 10. If you're heading through the Tucson area this morning, expect to see a lot of those showers really happening here and also seeing some lightning strikes as well. So I want to move. That looks to be the busiest spot as far as activity this morning. The rest of us pretty quiet out there. A live look at our Phoenix Children's Hospital camera showing those clouds that we've been talking about this morning, but otherwise fairly dry as you wake up on this Sunday. Temperatures across the state sitting at 66 in Payson with low 60s in Heber and Show Low as well. 70s in Winslow and 50s in Flagstaff through Window Rock and in through the Grand Canyon as well. For us right here in the valley, those current temperatures sitting at you see in the 80s for most of us, mid to upper 80s right now. So be extra careful if you're going to be heading out. It does feel warm out there. We're not going to get much cooler than this, but the good news is though that it's going to be dry out there. So even though it'll be muggy, it'll still be on the drier side. Now we do have this air quality alert in place now for the second day in a row. A high pollution advisory in effect because of elevated ozone levels. So just something to be aware of if you have plans outdoors today. And Futurecast, let's go over the key timing. This model already predicting what we're seeing this morning down to the southeast. We press play on this one and take us into the early afternoon, and we start to notice some of the activity, the showers popping off here in those higher elevated areas. When we get that daytime heating, that is what we need to get all of this going here. So you'll notice as we take it through the evening that some of those lingering showers will try to make it over in through the valley. So we're going to bump up our rain chances as we go in through the evening. Overnight, things get a little bit quiet. Could see some activity happening just south of us tomorrow morning, but I think the valley, other than the clouds, should stay dry by your Monday morning commute. Your valley planner hour by hour showing those rain chances will stay at a steady 20% through the afternoon, and then as we go in through the evening, that's when we're going to bump things up just a little bit to 30%. As far as those temperatures go, you'll notice the 90s in through that 9 o'clock hour and upper 90s by lunchtime with those triple digits just briefly here as we go in through the afternoon, but it looks like 90s is where we're going to sit through most of the day. We'll hit close to that in Sedona, upper 80s today there, 85 in Prescott, 93 through Kingman, and then we'll see the hottest spots definitely down to the southeast and the southwest and the northwest as well. Spots like Bullhead City and Quartzsite Riverside pretty hot at 106 and 107 today for us in Yuma. Right here in the East Valley, our highs, so if we take a look at the rest of the cities here, 99 in Mesa, 98 in Paradise Valley, with 101 in Tempe as well as Chandler. We fly to the West Valley and we'll notice those temps stay about 100 in Glendale, a little bit warmer out in Avondale and Litchfield Park, where we'll top out at 103 today with partly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast showing those rain chances sticking around, right? And those temperatures start to go up every single day. Take a look at this. We're up to 105 by Thursday. As we start to dry off and remove rain chances by Saturday, we're back to scorching hot temperatures. We're looking at a high of 110.
You won't have to go to Diagon Alley for this Harry Potter themed event. A look at the Arizona Science Center's magical party that even Muggles can enjoy. Now to our top stories. We have a live look right now at Roosevelt near 16th Street, where you can see a Valley Metro bus and car have crashed. They're lodged in the median strip right there off to the right. Police are telling us no one was hurt and this isn't blocking any traffic, but it will probably be a while before crews can get it out of the way and reopen those lanes of traffic.
Well, 6 people have been hurt after a crash in Tolleson. Phoenix police saying this one happened on 19th Avenue and Buckeye Road. 3 of them are kids, with 1 in critical condition. We are now working to find out the cause of this crash.
Today marks 1 year since the deadly flooding in Payson. 10 family members were swept away, drowning while celebrating a birthday. Some of the victims were toddlers, just 2 and 3 years old. 1 year later, the Gila County Sheriff's Office says it will now order an emergency evacuation if another flash flood warning is issued.
Well, we want to make you smile this morning, and something is brewing out here. I've got my Harry Potter glasses. It's getting us Muggles into witchcraft just in time for your event at the Science Center.
Exactly. Sari's joining us this morning to tell us all about this Harry Potter themed party.
Yeah,
you can't say it without kind of giving the accent.
Getting
a
the
little bit.
accent, and I'm terrible at the accent, so I'm going to leave it up to you
Oh,
guys.
I'm not into
Very
it.
well.
Love it.
That's right, but we've got a huge event. We're celebrating Harry Potter's 38th birthday.
Holy
I know.
moly. When did he get
Harry
so old?
James Potter.
Harry James Potter.
Growing up.
And whether you're an adult, a kid, any age, so we're starting off with our adult event next Friday, and then bleeding right into our family event on Saturday, so all ages. And even if you're not a fan, we've got a lot of science fun for you either way.
Let's dive right in.
Yeah, maybe it's not Harry Potter, but I feel like witchcraft and wizardry is always fun.
Always fun. So we're going to manage some mischief over here. We're going to start with some hidden messages. I'm going to have you go ahead and very quickly just paint something onto this white paper.
With this?
Yep,
Okay.
and we're using with this right here. Yep, just what you have. We've got lemon juice. So technically we could try this at home. We're going to use a special chemical to reveal. And I'm going to have you go ahead and I'm going to do this for you just because I have the gloves on. And you can see the red reveal right up top. I'm going to pull this one right off.
That says hi in
It
case
says
it's
hi. And then
upside down.
Do this one over here. Oh, another. Is
Pretty
that
similar.
Hello. You can try this at home. We're using universal indicator, but if you're at home, you can use red cabbage juice and get the same result with lemon juice.
That's
You
so
could
neat that it comes out in red, though.
Yeah, and it comes out red, so kind of reminiscent of that Chamber of Secrets time.
Yeah, and the Marauders map.
And the Marauders map. But so if secret messages aren't your thing, we're going to do a little charms class. I'm going to have you hold this bottle of water for us. We're going to need that wand. All right, and I'm going to have you give your best swish and flick. I'm going to have you shake this bottle as hard as you can. Just shake, 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 and see if we can turn this water into something else.
Oh, cool.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Excellent.
Wow,
There you
this is
go.
so fun.
It's magic.
Yep. So a little bit of potions class and showing how chemistry can really look like magic. So a little bit of a demonstration. And then last.
Oh, we're always excited when those heavy-duty
I
goggles
know,
come out.
I know. So I'll have you both stand back because
Okay.
it's not Harry Potter without a little bit of fire. There's so much, between the flue powder, the goblet of fire, that's lit, and I know you can't see it. The Order of the Phoenix.
There we go.
So what we have is a little special powder over here that we're using, and I keep calling this the goblet of fire because I figured out how to make some colored flame. So here we go, and we're gonna have you say incendio as loud as you can.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Incendio!
Oh,
Did you see it?
That's so fun.
All right.
Yeah,
and
they
we're
were like
gonna-
blue and green.
It was
that
blue.
Was neat.
I'm going to relight this and see if we can get one more out of it too
Okay,
before
we always
go
love
today.
pyrotechnics.
Yeah,
If
seriously.
we've got time.
Oh, wow, it's still going great.
It's still going. And we'll get a good one this time just for fun. It's a beautiful green flame, and we'll get a big flame this time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah! Good morning.
Oh my
That's so cool.
This is so
yes.
fun. So you mentioned it's kicking off with your adult event going on Friday and then the
Yes.
family day on Saturday. This seems like the perfect event for really everybody in the Valley.
Everybody. A little bit of fun.
Hands-on, we always love it. Sarah, we always appreciate you being here.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
You got to get out there, guys. We'll be back with another update in just a few minutes.